A very beautiful morning to everyone here. Welcome once again to the morning market review by Rally Trade and Rally Academy. My name is Victor. We're going to be enjoying the review this morning together. So please just stay tuned. Like I dropped a message earlier that we're going to start in 3 minutes. So I guess instead of waiting for more persons to join the call, let us just start the review um, ASAP, right? Okay. So basically, our aim is majorly to maximize profitability in the market. So, and by doing that, we need to buy and sell. But there's a lot that goes into buying and selling. It's not as let me put it this way, it's not as easy as just coming to the market, placing a buy or placing a sell. You need to consider certain things before buying and selling. For instance, conventionally speaking, for you to buy something, the price has to be, you have to be comfortable with the price, or possibly the price has to be relatively cheap. So you wouldn't want to buy something if you feel that the price is expensive, right? You wouldn't want to buy it, but you prefer to buy if you feel the price is cheap, right? So now, translating the conventional way of trading into the market, the chart now has a way of determining if price is expensive or price is cheap, because price literally moves up or down. There are a few times price can be consolidated. That's just neither really going up nor down, but just for a while. So now I know here there might be a lot of persons who are struggling to trade, who possibly has tried trading but lost funds, or who is scared of to trade, or don't really understand what goes into placing a buy, placing a sell. Now, let me just do it this way. Has anyone here felt like the moment you enter a trade, let's say for instance you place a buy, the moment you buy, or price probably have been buying, the moment is okay, I think it's going up, let me buy. All of a sudden, price starts going back down. And later he said, okay, fine, if you are going down, let me sell. The moment you enter a sell, price starts going back up. If you've experienced such, just drop a yes on the chat box. If you've experienced such, like the market is watching you, you feel this market is waiting for me to enter, then go the opposite direction. Wow, so many. Wow. I thought maybe just like 2 or 3%. Oh, okay. All right. So I've been there before. I've been there before. Trust me. I've been there. And it can be very frustrating. You feel like, do I really understand this thing? Or this thing isn't really for me? Now, I can assure you it is not as complicated as you think. No, it is not as complicated as you think, right? We learn every day and we also grow every day. Elijah, he thought it was village people. Nah, your village people they can't enter here. They don't have access. Their technology cannot work here. Mm, It can't. What works here, what is affecting us is lack of knowledge, ignorance, or our emotions. I can tell you for free that a lot of times it is not that the market is not moving a particular or you don't understand the market. But most times we allow our emotions to override our judgment or our emotions to determine what we do. Yes. For instance, now, um, for instance, let's say, let me just go to my chart right now. Now, can anyone see my chart? Can everyone see my charts? If you can see my chart, just drop a yes on the chat box so that I know we're on the same page, please, before I proceed. Only Johnson. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. All right, so let's continue. Now, for instance, right, this is AUD USD. Oh, okay. Omomitunde, good. Now you are beginning to identify your problem, right? When you identify your problem, it is 50% solved. But you see, in this market, hope you know you can keep making the same mistake over and over and over again. I'm sure there are a lot of persons here too who has made the same mistake over and over and over again. You tell yourself, okay, I think I've learned my lesson. Nope. I can assure you, you will still do it again. Right now, it happens like that because it is more of your emotions, more of your psychology. A lot of you understand the market to an extent already. You understand support resistance. Some of you are using moving averages to trade. Some of you are even as complicated as using Fibonacci retracement or RSI to trade. Now, it is not as if you cannot analyze the market, but you allow your emotions sometimes to affect what you see. For instance, now, as price is coming all the way down, right? You might feel, oh, I'm missing out. Price is tumbling. I'm missing out. Or, okay, price just started going up the last 2 hours now. You can see these 2 bullish candles. And you feel, oh, price is going up. Oh, I'm missing out. Let me buy it now so that in case it goes up, I won't miss out. Let me just join the buy right now. Now, not knowing that overall, price has hit a major resistance level. Because if you look at the wider view now, are you seeing what I'm saying? Are you saying that this is a resistance level and price has gotten to that resistance level? The CPI yesterday pushed price there and all of a sudden price is retracing. Are you seeing it now? So if you join the buy, just because you are seeing these 2 bullish candles right now and price just went up a little, all of a sudden resumes going downward. So that's what I'm talking about, where I said, have you ever been in that situation where you enter a trade and you feel like they are watching you, all of a sudden it starts going against you, right? And the funny thing, it goes against you very fast, like very fast, okay? So it is not village people. We are not analyzing price properly, or you align your emotions. So instead of me doing my analysis, I will just look, see, I'm missing out. If I enter this trade now, if I've entered since the last 2 hours, I would have missed so amount and I need money. You just enter the trade. So FOMO, FOMO, fear of missing out, right? Sometimes the fear of missing out, can make us start to lose funds, all right? So please let us now analyze the market properly, right? Abdullah, you took a sell limit order on Euro USD yesterday and made 3 million plus. Wow, that's good. That's awesome. That's good. So let me guess, what was your lot size? What was your lot size? Your lot size cannot be 0.01, not even 0.10. Your lot size will have to be very significant for price, for you to get that, okay? All right, so now I'm just trying to, sorry, pardon me. Let me just try to look at this thing, okay? Please, I'm trying to mute everyone here. Once you get in here, please just mute yourself. Except we get to that part where we want to talk to each other. I want to hear you. So now let's dive into the analysis proper. So let me just continue from the AUD USD that I was trying to analyze earlier. So in price movement, you need to understand that it is either price is moving towards something or it is moving away from something, or it's moving towards a particular direction or moving away from a particular direction. So you need to know which one is price doing at every particular point in time, right? You need to know what is price doing at every particular point in time. Hence, that's why we do analysis. So, for instance, if I look at AUD USD, I'm currently on the 1 hour time frame. Now, let me just give you this cheat code, right? Let me give you a quick analysis. Now, once you open any chart, just do these 3 things. Do these 3 things. Number 1, try to find out the directional bias. The directional bias. I mean, where price is heading to in the shortest, let me say, in nearest future. Can be in the next few days or few weeks. Where is price headed to in the next few days or few weeks? That gives you a clue into which direction you should be placing your trade. Okay. Now, because price will most often than not move in that direction. And if it's not moving in that direction, it's simply doing a retracement, and the retracement will not last for long. It will resume that direction again. Now, what do I mean? How do I determine my directional bias? Very simple. I need to change my time frame to a higher time frame, such as 4 hours or 1 day. H4 or D1. H4 or D1, right? So I need to change my time frame to either of them. Now let's start from H4. Let's just do H4. H4 is a 4-hour time frame. Now, once you go there, just zoom out a little bit to look at the whole picture. Zoom out a little bit. Now, what do you notice? Or let me zoom out again. What do you notice? You should notice something. Now, you notice that, let me put it this way. You notice that since from here, since May, that was last month, 2024, May 16th, 2024, price has been bouncing off of this resistance level. Price has been bouncing off of this resistance level. Let me mark that point. Price has been bouncing off of this resistance level. Okay, so now it means price, two things now. There are times where price is not bouncing off the resistance level. For instance, during this period, let me put it this way. During this period from here, you will notice that price was just doing more of an upward movement, right? More of an upward movement. We had it from then, it did some downward movement again. Then that was just for a few days, then resumed the upward movement again for another few days. Okay. Now, downward movement, resume upward movement. I'm going somewhere, please. Just hang on. All right. Upward movement for another few days. Now, downward movement again. Upward movement. Now, you will notice two things. You notice two things. From this point here, upward movement, it went up way more than it came down. So we could consider this a retracement. Went up way more than it came down. Went up way more than it came down. So we could assume that price generally is in somewhat of an upward trend, right? Like overall, generally speaking, this is somewhat of an upward trend if you look at it holistically, okay? Because these are patterns. Price leaves clue, but yours is, if you do your analysis, you start picking up these clues, okay? Now, it is more of an upward movement overall, but for the last few weeks now, or for the last few days, you could notice that that upward movement, I'm no longer seeing it. Instead, what I'm seeing is down, up, down, up, down, up. Almost like equal highs, equal lows, equal highs, equal lows, right? Ranging, all right? So it's trapped in between this resistance level as well as this support level. So price is currently trapped in between. Let me size it up well. So price is currently trapped in between this resistance level and this support level. So it means that when price hits this level, there's a higher chance that price will come down. And if it comes down all the way to this level, there's a high chance that price will do what? Will pull up. Now, price is currently where at almost like the middle of this resistance and this support. It means price can still tilt in either direction. Now, which is the most likely direction price ought to go to? Can anybody here just answer on the chat? Which is the most likely direction that price should go to from here? Is it going back up or is it continuing downward? What do you think? Now, just your opinion. There's no wrong answer, just your opinion. Up. Kingsley said up. Elijah said down. Okay, Galaxy Tab, down. Up, down, 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 up, down. Okay, yeah, we'll have up or down. Now, nobody's wrong, right? There's something there's something we say in economics. It means at the end of the day, we experience, irrespective of analysis, we experience what is and what ought to be. All right. So I might analyze up and it comes down. Now, basically, let me just put it this way. Now, just check where is price coming from? If it breaks that support, it will go down. Okay, you are right. That's Godfrey. You are doing a deeper analysis. You are very, very correct. Very, very correct, that Godfrey. And you see the support is this line I put here already. Now, once you've analyzed your directional bias, for instance, like this, okay, upward movement. So price going up, down, up, down, up, down, up. It has hit up. And where is it going? Where is it coming to now? Down. And most likely, price will most likely continue going down until it gets where? Here. Before it can now start doing what again? Start going up. So you know where price is coming from now or where it's heading to. Price is heading downwards. Yes, it's heading downwards. Now, but for us to sell, like Godfrey rightly pointed out, price needs to break that support level. Okay. So now I've done this analysis on my 4-hour time frame. Then I come to my 1 hour. On my 1 hour time frame, this is how it looks like. You can see how massive that resistance and support is. So there's still a lot of room for price to cover. Okay. So now, what does this tell me? It tells me that price is still on its way down from yesterday, and it resumed this morning. It's just trying to take like a, what do I call it now? Like a breather. So price, irrespective of the fact that price is going down, it doesn't just keep going all the way down. All right, it doesn't just keep going all the way down. Let's take an example of this one now. When it was coming down, it got to this almost the same level, went up a bit, came down, went up, came down, went up, then finally broke this support level before heading all the way down. Right now, the same thing is expected here. That means no matter how much it goes, sooner or later it will break it and come all the way here. So I'm banking on price resuming on that downward movement. Okay, now unfortunately for us, probably you should check, I don't know, wisdom. I think every other person can hear me, right? Every other person can hear me. So probably what you need to do here is to look out for areas where you can take the trade. Now, I've taught two things now. The first thing is directional bias, which you can identify from your 4 hours time frame. Sometimes you get price just move in one direction, which it shows us up. And there are times where you notice that it's ranging. So you find a perfect range like this and this, all right? Now, once you've gotten that directional bias, you come to your 1 hour time frame or your 30 minutes time frame. Some of you use 15 minutes time frame. Now, irrespective of the time frame you use, there is something you now watch out for to give you a clue to entering a trade. Now, let's use the 1 hour time frame, for instance. Now, I'm back to my 1 hour time frame. When should I enter the trade that will give me a high possibility of high probability of going my way almost immediately? Now, you look out for what we call liquidity areas or clusters. Let me just break it down. Very simple. Cluster. It means where I have candles gathered. For instance, there is a small cluster here. For a few hours, price was ranging here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles. From here all the way here. I don't know if you got what I'm trying to explain. You see this little cluster here? This little cluster here. Now it's liquidity, but we also call it support. Liquidity forms support, forms resistance for us. Okay. Now, because I'm hoping to continue on that downward plane, right? I'm looking for where price gathered liquidity. That means what I mean by liquidity is, for instance, now where price, start ranging and ranging and ranging. You see there are shorter candles, and if there's anyone that is long, is being rejected. You see a long shadow, a wick, all right? Like all of these ones that wants to go up and was being rejected. So you find a couple of candles ranging in a particular area, right? Like this level here, you find that range. Now, what it means is I'm expecting price. So let me extend that range. Let me extend it for the whole of today. Now, if price can do this for me, if price can pull up, keep going up, and enters into this my cluster, then there is a high probability that price will now resume falling. Come back here, and if I'm lucky, price breaks here and is headed all the way down. So I look for areas of liquidity that supports my directional bias. Now, because I see price has hit, gotten to that resistance and is on its way down, right? I've missed some good moves already, even this morning. Now, good, price is now retracing, trying to give me another opportunity to enter. So I need to wait. So for instance, you see price pulling up. And probably you were waiting, price pulled up to this area, and you feel like, oh, price is going up. Immediately you just join the bandwagon, enter the buy, all of a sudden price reverse and start going down. So these are the things you experience while you are trading. So it is not every time that is a good time to enter the market. There are times where you wait. All right. I think, was it Mark Douglas or Paul something, I forgot his name, said if you wait 50% of the time, waiting is also a strategy, right? If you sit on your house 50% of the time, the price comes to you. So allow price to come to you instead of running after price. So what I can do here now is if price gets to this level, this particular level, for instance, and I take a sell trade, right? I can then have a stop loss, possibly 10, 15 pips, 20 pips max, just up ahead. In case price does not want to go my way, just take me out. All right. Instead of giving me some significant negative, just take me out. So the negative might now depend on your lot size. Okay. So in this case, you wouldn't lose more. Now I can assure you that if price doesn't go down from here, it keeps pulling up. If it gets here, then it will start coming down. So I can either allow it to take me out, wait for it to get here, then start selling again. So I make back the money I lost here, or I remove this my stop loss, no stop loss. It keeps going up. Once it gets here, I enter another sell trade because now I feel, okay, now it should start coming down. I can even possibly double the lot size, right? If I use 0.01 before, or if I use a one standard lot before, once price gets here and I see that it's starting to come down, I use a two standard lot. So it means that the two standard lot starts making profit, while the one standard lot that was a negative starts reducing negative. Right? So I don't even need to wait for it to recover all the way here before I make my money back and I close the whole thing. So these are some of the techniques we follow. You might not be right 100% of the time, but you have a plan. Say plan your trade and trade your plan. Trade your plan rather. Right. So now these are some of the right perspectives to looking at the market. All right. So let me just quickly recap. Now I spent some time talking about this simple strategy so that you can apply it to almost any chart. If you apply this to almost any chart, it is the same thing, right? Please, I'm meeting everyone again. If you apply it to almost any chart, it is practically the same thing. So just follow these simple rules. Let me quickly recap. The first thing to do is to check for your directional bias, which you can simply use your 4 hours time frame to do. So I'm on 4 hours now. And if I go on 4 hours, you notice, for instance, that price, after pulling off for a long period of time, it is now ranging in between this resistance and this support. So from support, resistance comes to support, from support goes all the way, comes back to support, gets to resistance, comes here, gets to support, that has gotten to resistance, right? Now, what do I think what is happening? He's trying to find his way back to where? To support. So it means price going down. Now, I have my directional bias. Price most likely going down. So I switch back to my 1 hour time frame or my lower time frame. You can get the same thing on even your 30 minutes or 15 minutes. So let's say I'm on 1 hour time frame. Then the second thing to watch out for is where price from a cluster. From a cluster, we call them liquidity also. Now, why? So for instance, I have a cluster here. The cluster I am looking out for should form a resistance and not a support. Yeah, it should form a resistance for me. The cluster should be above current market price. This is current market price. The cluster should be up. So that if price can pull up to that level, it starts coming down. I cannot have the cluster down. No, it should be up, right? So I look for a liquidity zone, clusters like this that forms resistance for me. So once I find it, I wait for price to tap into that level. Yes, there might be times that price from here will not necessarily get here. It will just keep going down. That means you've lost that trade if you don't, if you know. But I can assure you that there are times where you'll be grateful you waited. Okay. So if price taps into this place, I most likely take a sell back to back to this level because there's a support. If I'm lucky enough that price breaks, once you're on this call, please let's just be on mute. Okay, so not disturb the session. Now, this is a very simple strategy. Yes, you can set your pending order. Can you set your pending orders where you expect price to get to before going the way of your directional bias? Yes, at looping about today. Yes, you can. You can set your pending order all the way there. You know, and just remember, as you're setting your pending order, you can as well still have your stop loss. Whatever pips you choose to, or you can decide to even leave it open. You know, just like was it Abdullah, right? That made 3 million plus. It was a pending order, a sell limit on Euro USD. Yeah, so you can have pending orders because you might not have the opportunity to keep, you know, eagle eyes on the chart, or they might be busy with work or your business or something else. So this is a simple strategy. So this is what I'm expecting of AUD USD to do. The only thing that I feel can cause a delay is the FOMC that came out yesterday, which was like the funds rate was kept the same, no change, 5.25, 5.56. So this is like the seventh time in a row that they leave the rate constant. Now, that might affect our chart a little bit because investors, what they do is they watch out for all of these fundamentals, the NFP, CPIs, you know, FOMCs, and they use that to come into the market. Why? We retail traders, we just look out for the small immediate reaction. You know, this was like the immediate reaction of CPI. This was like the immediate reaction of FOMC. FOMC brought it back down. So we don't know if FOMC is still in effect to keep pulling it down or to, you know, take it back up again. That might serve as. So where there is no fundamental, all things being equal, price keep plummeting all the way down. Yeah, so when the price does not go back to your liquidity level, then you've lost that trade. You've lost the trade. You wouldn't take that trade. Except if you are so confident you have some good funds, you can just simply enter a sell, right? So even if price goes all the way here, you know that there's a higher possibility that it's coming all the way back down. So you still be out of negative. So it depends on your risk appetite right now, right? Depends on your risk appetite. So this is for AUD USD. And let's just quickly do the same thing for Euro USD. The same thing for Euro USD. What time frame, right? 1 hour time frame. CPI took price up. FOMC by 7, try bringing price down. We had some liquidity, price of comes down. Now, guess what? Euro USD is already at my liquidity level. Already at my liquidity level, which is this little cluster here for a few hours. Now, if I take this liquidity levels all the way here, so there's a high possibility also that price keep plummeting. So let's start from our 4 hours time frame. 4 hours time frame. Let's see if we'll notice a pattern. The same pattern we'll notice on AUD USD. The same pattern. For a long time, price was trying to pull up. For a long time, price was trying to pull up. Now, what we observe mostly now is up, down, up, down, up, down with the same kind of resistance level. This was the first resistance. Price went slightly above it here again. Same resistance level. And does it have a support? Okay, there was a support here. There was a support here. This guy broke the support. CPI, no, NFP. NFP of Friday broke the support and gave us a new level. But CPI brought us back to our zone. FOMC is now returning us down. So there's a lot of fundamentals still in play right now on Euro USD. So it might not be too safe. You might decide, you might predict it goes this direction while it goes the other direction, right? So we don't know what is still in play. But for me, I think it is a good enough place for me for price to keep plummeting all the way down. Please. It's a good enough level for price to start plummeting all the way down. Now, I have a problem here. From my currency strength meter, if you notice to my left, you find out that for Euro has been strong. Euro has been strong. So Euro is currently strong. The dollar was strong all this morning, it was losing some steam. So that is why you are seeing this massive bullish candle trying to pull up right now. Okay. But all things being equal, is either it keeps ranging here or it falls all the way back down for Euro USD. If you want to trade safely, then you possibly wait for price to go back all the way up for you to sell, for you to short this market back to this level, or you wait for price to break this level, come all the way down. Okay, I think I've drawn that already. Break that level, come all the way down for you to start longing the market again, for you to start buying it. Okay, so if you are afraid to take the sell right now, then you want to wait for the market to get to the resistance, because that is what I will do. If I can't sell from here, I'll wait for price to get here before I sell, all right? And if it sells and it goes down, if I want to be careful, I wait for price to come back to this my support level for me to buy it again, all right? So that is for Euro USD. A lot of fundamental is still in play at the moment, okay? This my friend here, okay? Now, what happened yesterday on this guy, this is good right now, the PPI might make it go upward on Euro. Yeah, there's still PPI today. So I wouldn't even be shocked if PPI, still affects the market, but most likely not as much as CPI of yesterday. No, it's not constant for a day. Currency strength meter, it's not constant for a day. It's not. It fluctuates actually. Let me see. Now, what do I mean? If you see USD was 70 something when we started this review, now it's down to 56. Euro was 63. Now Euro is 71, 70. You can see it's changing, so it's not a constant. Now, Euro USD was just below USD was just below Euro. Now GBP is ahead of it now. So you can see that it's not constant, it's changing. Now this is real time in the market right now, right? So Euro can be up, then later in the afternoon, before evening, it might be down. So it's not a constant. It's not a constant. How can you avoid liquidity sweep while entering trade at support or resistance? So you can either wait for a confirmation. You can wait for a confirmation. Now, when I had to source for it. To get the currency strength meter, I think I had to climb 7 rivers and cross 7 rivers and climb 7 mountains. Oh, I was mute. Oh, sorry about that. I didn't realize that. Thank you, Mr. Shaw. Thank you. So someone asked that how did I get the currency strength meter? I said I had to climb 7 mountains and cross 7 rivers to get. I had to source for it. Okay. So but I can make it available. Just contact your account manager and we'll arrange how you get it on your chart. It only works for laptop though, not for phones. But in case you still want to check the currency, the strength of currency, you can have something like this, livechat.co.uk. Now, this live chat can also give you, then you click here, currency strength meter. You see where I'm clicking? Currency strength meter, then to give you the strength of currencies, right? To give you the strength of currencies. So let me just send this to you. I'll drop this on the chat right now. So yeah, sorry about that. My network was just out for a bit. We're back now. I guess you can hear me. You can hear me and you can see my cats. Please just drop a yes. Let's quickly, you know. Okay, thank you. Now this, we are on good. We're on good right now. Thank you for your response. Thank you. Now, so one of the things I would like us not to do this morning is to gamble on some of these instruments. I don't know if you are already on a trade and you are looking out for my opinion. Yes, I can give you my opinion. But you see, when it comes to some of these things like gold, gold can be very, very volatile. What happened was NFP plummeted all the way down. CPI took it up, PPI brought it back down. Now, these fundamentals, yes, I can tell you it's still in play. I'm checking good right now at Engineer Richie. It is still in play, all right? So it means that anything can still happen on this chart. Your analysis might not hold that much water, but it doesn't mean we cannot do any analysis. We can do the same analysis. So I do my analysis on gold. I can clearly see from my analysis that I have a resistance level, a clear resistance level, and a clear support level. Okay, so to be safe, just to be safe, yes, price has come, hit resistance all the way to support, from support range, hit resistance, it has hit support. Now there's a possibility it's on its way, right? There's a possibility it's on its way, right? Good. Now, there's a high possibility that gold wants to pull up, but when exactly will it start? Will the fundamental keep it down? Or is it time for it to go up? Because I can see it's making effort to pull up. But you see, it returned back again to liquidity. Guess what? Always find your liquidity. It has returned back. See, just these little clusters, they tell us a lot. We don't just pick them. They tell us a lot, and it's back there, right? So will it come back to my support? Because if you notice here, it did that when we felt it was going up, came back, felt it was going up, came back, went up, range before finally started to go up, right? So when exactly is it going to start making that move? Is the fundamental over and is this ready to start going back up now? I cannot confidently tell you that. But what I can tell you is that most likely on the long run, gold is going up, right? Yeah. So that is for gold right now. Now, so you notice that what price has been doing for most of our charts, it has been ranging. And whenever you find price ranging, just look for the recent highs and lows, and you want to trade in between those levels. Okay. For oil also, Hold on, please, for good. Hold on for good. Hold on. I think I'm still on 4-hour time frame. Okay, now my 1-hour time frame is showing me some bullish movement. Okay, all right. So my 1-hour time frame, you can see the clusters all the way from yesterday, especially for today, right? Let me bring it this way. You can see this cluster. This is my liquidity from yesterday. So price went up, tapped back into the liquidity, and you can see it's trying to, pull up again, right? Okay, so basically, that my summation for it. So guys, decide what you do on gold. Is the fundamental still in play, or is this cannot tell that for now? Somebody said, yes, with oil also, you notice that oil will do what we call range, trend, range, trend, range, trend. Okay. So if this is my 4 hours time frame, uh, okay. So this is what I mean by range, trend. Let me see. Range, that's in between this resistance and support. But if you look at it holistically, this is the support from this last time, support, resistance, So you took that support resistance level again. Now trended, broke it, came back, and is back to that same level again, right? So what do? I want to find that key level of my resistance and my support. I think our strategy for analysis this morning is majorly on support resistance level, our key levels. Just watching out for our key levels. This is my resistance, and this was my support before price broke. Pick this support level. This is my support level before price broke it all the way. Good. Now this is my new recent low, which is my new support level. So this is sorry, just a minute for my recent low on oil. Now I don't know if you are currently on a trade for oil, but oil has been trending up for a while now, and most likely this guy is going to get here. Most likely this guy is still on its way here, right? Now, two things can happen. It's either I just keep going or take a little retracement from this support level here before finally going there. But in the long run, it's going up here, right? So for now, can it take retracement? I don't know. So let's take our 1 hour time frame to see where our liquidity is. Our liquidity should form a support level for us, in order to keep trading in that direction. Okay, so where do we have liquidity? No clear liquidity. Where we have it is somewhere down here, which is still the support level. We have it somewhere down here, which is still the support level. All right. So that's it. So price can pull down back here, then finally keep going up. You can see a clear upward movement for a while now, right? You can see this clear upward movement for a while. Let me perfect my trend. So on oil, yes, most likely still going bullish. We might just have a little bit of retracement, then we'll continue on that bullish trend, right? All things being equal. Um, I think we're going to drop. Kingsley said, I think we're going to drop a link. I think you were going to drop a link for. Yes, I did drop the link. I dropped the link. Or didn't I drop for everyone? I did. Yeah, this is the link. Let me copy and drop it here. This is the link again. Okay, because of time, thank you, Atuluatos. Thank you. Because of time, what I'm going to do is we might not have time to go back again. So this review is currently being live streamed on YouTube. Mr. Shewa, I don't know if you can help us with the link. So just go to YouTube at Rally Trade, then you see our videos for money market reviews. Then you see this one is for today, right? So just watch this video again from the beginning. You can actually rewind, you can pause and play, you can watch the whole thing from beginning, everything I've talked about. I just taught us a strategy, and it's the same strategy that we're applying to every other thing, right? We're applying the same strategy to every other thing, both your currencies, your commodities, and yes, you can apply it to indices. For instance, Olubenga Batul is talking about FRA 40, that's the French index. Let's see about FRA 40. The last time I talked about this guy, I said it was going to drop, and it dropped massively. Let's see. Where are you? Sorry, just a minute. Okay, yeah, I got it. Okay, so this is our FRA 40. All right, so this is the link for you to go and watch the video again after this session, so you can watch. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, so you can always get notified. Now, this review goes beyond just buying, selling. It helps us in the long run to be able to know what to look out for in trying to analyze our trades. So you learn how to do proper analysis, right? You learn how to do proper analysis. Now, this is FRA 40, which is probably almost second to last thing we're going to talk about. Now, let's do what we have been doing since, right? Let's just take that same thing. The first thing, who can remind us? Who can remind us? You've been here from the beginning. What's the first thing we do when we come to our chart? Look for directional bias. What time frame do we usually use to get that? What time frame do we use to get our directional bias? Now, this is an open question, please. I would appreciate your answer. H4 daily. Yes. Meda Usi Manuel. Yeah. Every other person, yes. So, but we are strictly using H4 for this review. H4. You can use H4 daily, or we are using H4 for this review. Yeah, thank you, Lubenga. H4 daily. Yes. H4 daily. Good. So let's use our H4 right now. Now, this is my H4 time frame. Don't forget, you need to zoom out to see the larger part of the screen. So you notice a pattern, right? Let me see if I can still notice the pattern again. Okay, good. Now, you can see almost everything is ranging right now. There is a resistance level all the way here. All the way here, I have my resistance. Then I had my support here. I had my support here because price broke that support level. I had my support here. Good. Now, price broke my support and it has given me a new low, right? But guess what? The low should be somewhere here. It's either I use the new low or I use the previous resistance to get my new low. So this should be the low that price ought to get to. Price didn't get here. So the previous resistance level that price, there's a rule of thumb that if price breaks resistance becomes what? Support. And since price broke this resistance, it has never been tested. It came very close here, right? So that means two things for us now on this particular chart. So let me use this to analyze it. Two things. It means that as price is currently going back up now, price can decide to use this as previous support broken becomes resistance, go up here, then get to this point before pulling back up, all right? Or price just keeps going all the way down. Now, this is my 4-hour time frame, remember, okay? So there's a possibility FRA 40 wants to keep plummeting all the way downward. So I go to my lower time frame, look for liquidity, right? Look for liquidity. Now, On my lower time frame, sorry, let me take this out. Just hold on. Okay, so on my lower time frame now, okay, I don't have liquidity here, don't have here. The liquidity I have is more of forming a support for me. I need the liquidity that will form resistance, but this one is giving me for support. And if I look closely, you'll find out that this current candle came all the way down here, but was rejected around my liquidity area. Was rejected just around my liquidity area. All right, we show that there's a pressure, price want to go up. But at the same time, you can see that these candles here have been finding it hard to go up. Instead, it has been ranging, right? So there's still some bit of liquidity up here for me, because for a few hours, price has just been ranging. So price is trapped in between these levels here. So I need a breakout. I need a breakout of on FRA 40 to determine which direction I am going to be trading. But most likely, price should break all the way downward. Most likely. I need a breakout, all right? The range is too close to each other. So let me advise you, if you find a range that is too close to each other, most likely you just stay out. Yeah, you can just stay out. Anything you do here now might be more of a gamble, right? Anything you do there might be more of a gamble, because price can break out downward or it can even break out upward. Okay, and if it breaks out upward, there's another resistance waiting for it, right? So there's no particular direction of FRA 40. Instead, let's just consider the last one, which is US 100. Okay, instead of doing US 100, let's do US 2000. They are almost the same thing. They're almost the same thing. US 100, US 2000, also known as also 2000, combination of mostly smaller companies compared to US 100, which you have more bigger companies. But they are both volatile, and I think US 2000 is slightly more volatile than US 100. Like I said, liquidity is what ends up forming support and resistance in the long run. Liquidity ends up forming support and resistance in the long run. Okay, that's what like the major difference. I think someone asked a question that how do you avoid liquidity sweep? You wait for a confirmation. You wait for a confirmation. Confirmation. For instance, let's say I noticed this is a support level. Price tapped in here, support, tapped in here, support. So I've seen support and I marked this support. So the moment price get to my support level here, just trying to explain that question for the person that asked. Okay. Now, I noticed this support bounce here, bounce here, bounce here. It came back to my support. Now, I won't just be too quick to start buying it just because it's support, right? Now, you can wait for confirmation, either a bullish engulfing or morning star or a hammer, right? Now, this is not a bullish engulfing. This looks like a hammer, but not a perfect hammer, all right? Now, it's not a morning star either, right? So it's not a clear confirmation. Price came all the way down. So for instance, if I extend my support to the future, you'll notice that this time around, there is no confirmation whatsoever. Price broke it straight through and through, right? No confirmation whatsoever. So these are one of the ways you can avoid liquidity sweep. Liquidity sweep. I think with the comments right there, you just hit the nail on the head. So with our Russell 2000, now the same CPI affected it also. The same FOMC also did the same thing to it. So yes, the fundamental is still in play. Guys, how I wish we are doing this particular review when we didn't have a major fundamental prior to this day. All right, and two major fundamentals back to back in one day. So the effect can still play out in the market irrespective of our analysis. That is why I am being very careful this morning. All right, as much as I'd like to ask you to buy the of yesterday's fundamentals, and they are strong to predict the possible direction price for, possibly few days or few weeks. So that's why I've been very, very no liquidity whatsoever from yesterday. So there's no reference to where I would even most likely want to pick my trade from. So all I can say is that price is just trying to recover, right? It's still trying to recover. So there's still a high chance that price is still trying to plummet. There's still a high chance that price is still trying to fall all the way down. It might not get all the way down to that recent low, but it might do this level here. Yes, it most likely will do this level, right? Most likely will do that level. So that is all I have for today. D30, or D40 rather. Wow, there's no more time. Let me just quickly, even if it's a comment on that. Just a second. Okay, I found it. Um, okay, so what do we notice on D40? A slight, you know, uh, slight downward right here. This guy is forming a channel for me right now. And with that channel, let me see. The prices, it's just more people, also, if it doesn't get here, at least gets to this level, because there's a steady, almost every day you notice that price closes bearish, closes bearish, closes okay, slightly bearish. Now there's a chance that today is also trying to close bearish, and before it closes bearish, it has plummet. I'm sorry, we have to go right now. We have to go right now. USD JPY. USD JPY has completely recovered and gotten to that same high resistance right now. The same 4-hour time frame. So it might, okay, it has even slowed down already. I want to say it might slow down. So it's down already. What's that time frame? Yeah, slowed down already. This before the price was uh, and even after that, price is still trying to respect that, So waiting for things like bearish engulfing, uh, evening star, So I think this is where I'm going to call it a day for today. Sorry, my network was just out for this is where we'll call it a day for today. Thank you so much for your time. You can also remember, don't forget to go back to YouTube. I dropped the link to you watch this particular video and learn the strategy I used in analyzing the market for today. Thank you so much and have a peaceful day.